Hi, I'm Lori Brown. First, a shout out to a couple of Pondercast supporters. Jennifer Caswell, you came on board right at the very beginning. Thanks to you. And also to our latest supporter, Natasha Wainwright. Welcome. If you like what you're listening to, and you're thinking you should support the content that you love to listen to, go to patreon.com/pondercast and set up a small monthly donation. There are perks involved. And now, let's Pondercast. So this is a Pondercast about the most natural thing we humans do, every one of us. But it's something that we rarely think about, so I'm calling this episode Breathing Lessons. Did you just take a nice deep breath? Go ahead, fill your lungs. So let's go right back to your very first breath. You started practicing breathing in your mother's womb. You were about 10 weeks old. You were about 1.5 inches long. Can you imagine? And you were breathing in and out fluid instead of air, just getting ready. There's a lot that science knows about that first breath that you took after you were born. It happened in about the first 30 seconds. And they know that it is the most difficult breath of your entire life. There is a huge pressure change that's happening that you've got to deal with. And the fluid in your lungs must drain into your body, and you need to breathe really hard and get that fluid out of your lungs. And you have to breathe often enough that your lungs don't collapse. So we know some stuff about your first breath. But what we don't know is why you started to breathe. The mystery of that first breath amazes me. How did you know to make that huge effort in the middle of that most shocking experience of your birth? The more mysterious something is, the more we humans seem to take it for granted, which is certainly what we do with our breathing. How much do you know about your breathing? Your most constant companion is your breath. For instance, what makes you hold your breath? Standing at the edge of a diving board about to take your first jump into the water? Waiting for an answer to an important question? Watching your child walk away from you into their first day of school? We hold our breath because we don't want to get caught in the next moment with empty lungs. We are feeling vulnerable enough already in those moments where we hold our breath. And not having air in our lungs is the one thing that we have control over. We hold our breath in big moments. Take another breath. If that's the mood or the tone of the moments in your life when you hold your breath, what are you doing in your life when you take a big breath in? Breathing, it has all the energy of growth in it. When you need courage, about to step into a new job, about to speak your truth, breathing in deeply, it just helps. And it feels good. It feels like you're being good to yourself. When do you need to take a deep breath? And when do you want to take a deep breath? How do you describe that energy? Breathing out, now that has a totally different feel about it. Breathing out feels like relaxing. It feels like you stepping to the inside of your home. Breathing out carries the energy of return. Like breathing out, but not quite. Sighing. What is it about a sigh? What is behind it? A yearning for relief? I mean, what is your body telling you when you find yourself walking through your day sighing all the time? Something is not right. That is what sighing is saying to me. I think I'm trying to comfort myself with these little exhalations of breath. My favorite part, though, of my lifelong breathing habit is right there in the middle. That moment, that half a moment between inhale and exhale. That is where everything in your world feels like it's coming together. Your body and your brain meet right there, and in that moment, between inhale and exhale, anything is possible. It feels like a jumping off point. You may not find balance anywhere else in your life, but you can find it right there, at the very top of your breath. So here's a scene that involves a good deep breath, and maybe you've lived this one. It's the first blast of warm air as you step outside of the plane, and you squint in the bright, hot sunlight to see the metal stairs that'll deliver you back down to the ground. And even mixed with the jet fuel, the air here is so different, so exotic. You fill your lungs. It smells of the sea, of rich, sweet flowers, and the baking asphalt on the tarmac. There is so much oxygen here. It makes you wonder what you were breathing back home. You are transported. You teeter on the top step, holding this moment, this breath, balancing body and brain, floating on pure possibility. You breathe about 22,000 times a day. Is there anything else you do that much in one day? Okay, sure. Your heart beats 100,000 times a day. That wins. But what else? You blink your eyes, probably a bit more than you breathe. Is there anything else? Ah, thoughts. Oh, yes. You have 50,000 thoughts per day. That works out to about 2 per breath. We are bombarded by thousands of thoughts of attraction and aversion every moment. I mean, we're always trying to move toward something and move away from something else. For every breath, I want toast. I want another pillow behind my back. Breath. I need more money. I need to clean up this kitchen. Breath. My back hurts. I need to move. My lips are dry. Breath. This is stupid. No one's going to listen to this. Breath. The thoughts never stop. If you had to listen to every thought in someone else's brain, you'd go mad. Become aware of the relentless, inane conversation you saturate yourself with, and it can undo you. This is when we need to shift down from the brain back into the body. And this is where our breath saves us again. Think of the teenage you, or if you're a parent, think of your teenage children. Watching them get carried off by their exploding, hormonal, developing brain, how all it would take would be a chemistry test, and they would combust, throwing themselves on their beds, weeping, I can't do it, I'm going to fail, I have to stay home, I have no time, I hate this course, I hate that teacher. Do you remember those moments? I remember my mother interjecting mid-sob. She said, "Don't forget to breathe." There is nothing our brain can come up with that would stop that instinct. Not even a grade 11 chemistry test. Breathing is with us good times and bad, and it can pull us back into a safety zone. Just breathe. That's all you really have to do. Your breath will see you through anything. The internet, don't go there. The internet will tell you that you don't know how to breathe. You're doing it wrong. That you're not taking enough breaths, and that your posture's wrong for good breathing, and your breaths aren't deep enough, and you are not emptying your lungs properly. This is how they tell you to breathe. Breathe through your nose. Close your mouth and place your tongue up against your palate. Extend your exhale. Inhale for 2 to 3 seconds. exhale for 3 to 4 seconds. Pause 2 to 3 seconds, and then repeat. I particularly like the repeat instruction. I think that's essential. Oh, here's another tip. Be proud. Make sure your body posture is upright. Relax. Become aware of any tensions going on at this moment and let them go. This site I got dragged into suggested putting Post-it notes on your alarm clock, on your computer screen. Post-it notes that say, breathe. I cringe about these instructions because anytime I feel that someone's trying to tell me that I need to be better, I rebel. You need to be smarter, you need to be thinner, you need to have thicker eyelashes, richer, drive a better car. I am refusing to buy into that. Your breath is already there for you. It's always there, whether you pay attention to it or not, with or without Post-it notes. You know all those things about breathing. Like waves breaking at the shore, like day and night, like summer and winter, like our thousands of attractions and aversions, breathing is the rhythm of life. And this is a rhythm you know better than anything else. We know that our emotional tone changes when we inhale deeply through our nose. We feel our energy rise with each breath in. We know the feeling of letting go that comes with a full exhale, that coming home feeling built into every breath. And we feel that hopeful, anticipatory, magic moment in between the two. We know all about breathing. And when we need that energy of growth or that energy of return or that hopeful moment in between, we return to our breath. It's waiting for us. We won't forget to breathe. We started with the first, most difficult breath of your life. So I have to go there. We are going to end with your last breath. You don't remember your first breath, and chances are you won't know you're having your last breath. Your last breath is the second most difficult breath of your life. Our impulse to breathe is so strong, it takes a mountain of complications to overcome it. You will probably be old and in a hospital or a hospice bed, and things in your body will start to shut down. Blood circulation slows, yet you keep breathing. You drift away, you slip in and out of consciousness, yet you keep breathing. Organs start to shut down, and the last of your senses to leave, your hearing, goes. You become unresponsive, and then you stay unconscious, and you keep breathing, even yawning occasionally to try to get more oxygen into your body. And finally, your heart will stop, yet you will keep breathing. That mysterious impulse that first impelled you to fill your lungs the moment you entered this world is here again, still working for you and keeping you breathing, gasping now, loudly, sporadically, maybe just for a couple of breaths. You won't know you're doing it, but the people in the room will hear and see how hard you are working to keep breathing. They will witness how persistent life is. Your extremities may already be cold, but you keep breathing. Our bodies do not let go easily. And when you finally stop breathing, there will be several long exhales. And then quiet and emptiness. For the people in the room, they will know you're not there anymore. This is a profound moment, this witnessing of a death, watching that last breath and seeing life leave. Breathing is the touchstone of our life force. So fill your lungs, drink it in, and feel that energy fill you up. And repeat.